Welcome to our live chat. I'm Heather. I'm Director of Education here at Luminess. And guys, we're here each and every day for you so you learn more and more about Luminess. And so in the 10 o'clock, we started our lives. Normally we talk about skincare or what we want to see for the day. However, we talked about the challenge that we did this weekend and how many people responded. So you actually have until 3 o'clock to do the challenge. We had so many people do the, oh, hey, Tammy. We had so many people jump in on this challenge that I still want to give you an opportunity. And we're actually going to do 2 winners because we had so many people. And so, again, you have until 3 o'clock to do the challenge. And the challenge is not including foundation. You can use your foundation, but using mascara, contour palette, and a lip, do a full makeup, full beauty makeup. Yay. Okay. Yeah. I started the computer over, then had to reset everything. So it's a little closer than normal. Hey, CJ. Hey, Muzette. Hey, Shoni. All right. Hey, Sonia. All right. So we're going to start. I'm going to actually do the headband back. I had to drop my chair a little bit because we are a little closer, but I can't see either. We'll do my lovely headband. So I do have on the Boost It and a little bit of foundation. I mixed those together and then applied that. And so let's see. Yay, Echoes God. So now I know what to do when it happens again. All right, so today, let's see, what are we gonna do? I do have my eyebrows on. I'm trying to think what I want to do. I'm like, what do I want to do? Let's do, of course, Velvet Veil. Velvet Veil is amazing. I actually don't use the dropper. I do it this way. Oh, is this my empty one? Yep, it is. That won't work. All right. So I always take the dropper out and I just put it on my finger. And then I'm going to rub it under my eye. And then, rub on this side. With mine, I really concentrate it under my eyes and then right at this area here because I have pores, large pores. And then I'm going to finish some on my forehead. So you can put this in certain areas or you can put it all over, whatever you feel the need for. Let's see. And then now you'll let that sit in, like let it sit. Once it's set, you'll see, like you see it's dry. And it's going to feel like velvet. Your skin's going to feel so incredibly soft. Once it's on, it is on. You do not want to do anything else to your skin. It works with airbrush. So if you're going to do traditional concealer, things like that, Velvet Veil is not something you're going to want to work with. But you can put it in certain areas. So if I was going to do concealer under here, I could still use the Velvet Veil here. So it just doesn't allow a lot of movement. And so it works just amazing with airbrushing. So I'm going to go in. Cindy doesn't use the dropper either. Oh, hello, Mari. How are you? I love me some Peru. All right, so now I'm going to go in. This is with our light beige concealer. I don't know. Is this too close, guys? I feel like it's too close. And I'm going to put the concealer on. Now, I'm doing this in place of my peach color corrector or eraser or X out. So there's always different levels of and different items that you can use to do the same thing. It just depends on what you need covered. So as far as coverage goes, Velvet Veil, it's thebomb.com. I mean, it's amazing. It even helps with my broken capillaries. It helps on things that I didn't even think would help, but it does. And so at this point, I could use the peach color corrector. If I wanted to use eraser, I could use eraser. As far as coverage, it would be eraser, X out, peach color peach color corrector, and the airbrush concealers are kind of hand in hand. They give you plenty of coverage. Hey, CJ. Ooh, Velvet Veil it's under primers, but it is a blurrer. So it is going to help blur fine lines, wrinkles, crinkles, pores, all of that. It even does help with some redness. It just it blurs, it gives you a filter for your face, and it is amazing. All right, so I'm going to do the Velvet Veil the concealer underneath my eyes, and I'm using light beige. Oh, you like it this close? I feel like I'm like, woo. Okay, good. All right. So I'm going in. You can already tell the coverage. I did probably spray a little bit too heavy on this side, it looks like. So what can I do? Do I care? Do I care? No, I don't care because I can correct anything. So if I needed to go in and blend this out a little bit, I got all excited about my Velvet Veil. I sprayed too heavy, and I could tell instantly it came out too heavy. You can spray up here a little bit. So what I'm doing with my concealer, or what you'll do with the eraser or peach color corrector or X out, is you're starting the coverage. You do not have to cover it 100%. Why? Because we still have things to do. We still have, sculpting or bronzer, or we still have things to add. Foundation. So I don't have to necessarily cover it 100%. Yay. Okay. Now I only put about 3 drops in there, and now it's gone. So I have my coverage. Do I need any more? Nope. Looks good to me. Now I can go in. If I wanted to at this point, I can go straight to foundation. And today I want to use our sculpting palette, but if I wanted to airbrush, because I have Velvet Veil on, if I wanted to airbrush my contouring on, you can do it now. I can do it before the foundation. You can airbrush the concealer, your contouring, your blush, all of that before the foundation, and then airbrush the foundation on after. What that does, it helps blend everything. So if you are new to airbrushing and you're like, ooh, it gets a little heavy, I don't have that trigger thing worked out very well yet. Perfect way to fix that is to do that first and then airbrush your foundation on over it. It just helps blend everything for you. All right. So because I'm using the sculpting palette, I'm going to go ahead and use my shade 3. It's a lot. I don't like saying layers, because layers to me just, like, in my head mean layers. Because we're not covering every inch of our face, I call it more passes. Because with regular makeup or traditional makeup, it is layers because you're having to cover the whole entire thing. But with Luminess, you're not doing that. You're not having to cover every inch of the face. That's why I can even focus on the areas I need to and just blend out the rest. All right. So my system is on. I'm holding my stylus. I hold it like a pen. I just usually hold the hose underneath here, middle finger and thumb here, and then index finger on the trigger. I want to hold it about 4 finger widths away and keep moving. I'm barely pulling back on that trigger. I actually start my movements before I start. That way I don't get up of makeup and it'll blend out. there on my face. So Donna, honestly, honey, I think this is so hard to understand, but you're actually just keep making passes. Like already I have a lot of coverage. Like this is full coverage, but I'm pulling back less on my trigger, making those passes. What you might want, if you're using like Eraser or Excel, you might want something that gives you a little bit more pre-coverage, and that would be the peach color corrector or our concealers, the airbrush concealers. So that might be something you want to try, and then you can airbrush on top of that. There's a little space right there I'm missing. But guys, also notice it is not getting into my hair. It is not on my eyebrows. I can even spray it on my eyes. Oh, that always tickles. But that is the hardest thing to understand, because I'm like, no, you're spraying too heavy. It can give you as much coverage as you want because you're in control over that. But I put about 5 drops of foundation in here, and I'm done. Yes, Andrew says I put on contouring shadow, blush, liner before I put my foundation on, and it helps blend. Our blush is super, Tammy, no, I'm using the Icon. But the Legend works just the same. All right, so I'm gonna blow the rest of that out because I don't need the rest of that makeup. And then I have my coverage, okay? What this should look like, guys, when I'm airbrushing is, what is she doing? Like, I see her putting that thing around her face, but what's happening? Oh, wait. Oh, I see it. Like, it should shock you of the coverage of how it just happens right before your eyes, and it's like magic. It honestly should be like that. Yes, Musette is not a consultant. We've tried and tried to get her to be a consultant. Natasha, why'd you stop? Natasha says, I used to use Luminess all the time. Girl, get back. You need to get back. CJ says, I have rosacea. I use eraser. I may have to try yeah, CJ, either the peach color corrector or the concealer, the airbrush concealer. Those are also very amazing. And it gives me the coverage that I want, the full coverage. So I do like it. Cherie says it looks good, but you can tell, like, I mean, all my flaws are gone. The Velvet Veil helped. That was my starting point. Then doing the concealer, another starting point. And honestly, if I was doing it where maybe I just had to run some errands, I would have stopped at that. I mean, I could have threw some peach, some blush on, mascara, and then been out the door. So, again, guys, there's so many different options. With traditional makeup, depending on what look you're going for, you might have to have a tinted moisturizer, medium coverage, sheer coverage, full cover, whatever. With Luminess, you don't have to do that. This bottle of foundation can be all of that for me because I'm in control over what coverage I'm getting. So it's pretty amazing. Why did you use some women? What? Okay, wait, I'm confused. Did I miss something? Hold on, let me go back. I don't know. I think I'm missing. Are you using Ultra? I use Ultra full coverage. So no, I'm actually using the Silk 4-in-1. I like the Silk 4-in-1 because it has anti-aging properties in it. It has your moisturizer primer, it has a concealer, and it has foundation. So any of our foundations you can do to full coverage. Some are just going to do it faster than others, like Mystic, which Musette likes. Mystic is a full coverage foundation because it is a higher pigmented foundation. Can you put your, oh, there you go. Janelle did it for me. Thank you, Janelle. So you can do that too. I love how everybody just knows my email address. They're like, how's that? LuminessBeauty.com. And so again, guys, it can be whatever you want it to be. So now I'm going to use the Lion King. Does this look like my eyes? No. For my sculpting. All right. So now I'm getting my sculpting. This is one of our brush. It's in our brush set. It is L110. And I like this one because it is it's fluffy, but it's at an angle. And so I'm going to go in and do some sculpting. I just hit it on the powder and then I hit the rest of it off. And then, and I want you to see this too, guys. My skin will move. Okay? My skin will move. But watch how light I brush this on. You do not see it move. I am brushing so light that it doesn't, I mean, I don't have to, it's not damaging my skin. It's not, I'm not having to, do it that way. I'm like softly and gently just buffing this bad boy on and giving my face some shape. Okay, does that make sense? Yes, sculpting is contouring. Sir John just calls it sculpting, so I call it sculpting now. And I really like the sculpting side of it because it's just using, I mean, you're sculpting your face into what you want it to be. As far as I need some cheekbones, I need, I need to get rid of this. So there's, it's sculpting. I'm like, now that I've dropped to my chair, I can't see all the way down there. Okay. So now, and then just so I look somewhat put together for lunch, I'm just going to, I hit the powder and I'm just going to swipe it on my eyes to give my eyes some color. How easy was that? Throw mascara on, bam, good to go. Bam! Guys, you see how easy this is. This does not have to be such an ordeal. We do real makeup in real time, like short amount of time, less makeup, and look flawless. And then we're done. We can stop it at any point. You might not be a full-fledged, like, tons of makeup girl. You might be like, hey, let me just even out my skin, throw some, sculpting on, lips, and then I'm out the door. So it can be anything. And it's your answer for anything you want. You can, whatever I do, you can stop at whatever point. You don't have, if I put on 5 shades of eyeshadow, you can put on 2 or 1 or 3 or 8. It doesn't matter. You could do what I do, take it up. And guys, it is so easy and it does not have to be difficult. Yeah, the palette I used is the Lion King, the sculpting one. And I use these 2 to sculpt. And then if I go deeper to contour, then I use the 2 middle ones. And then I contour a little bit more down here. Okay. All right, there you go. But yeah, guys, you throw on some mascara, I'm good. And all I did was take the brush that I was sculpting with and just do a little on my eyes. It does not have to be difficult. I want to show you ways to look flawless in a short amount of time using less makeup and less steps. And airbrush does that for you because you're airbrushing this on. It's so easy. It does. Now, I will tell you, there is a learning curve. You were not going to be an expert the very first time you did this. And I actually was talking to some friends. We had well, we did it for the moms, but we had a pool party for my daughter's ballet class this weekend. And we talked about that. And she's like, oh, the first time I did traditional makeup, I looked like a hot mess. I'm like, exactly. So I'm always like, guys, you're not going to be an expert the very first time you airbrush. Hopefully with our live chats, you'll know more and more going into it, but it takes some time. It takes some time to get this down. Learning exactly where to pull back on this trigger, that you have to keep moving. You can practice with water. I mean, there's so many ways to practice, but the key is having fun. If you're not having fun and it's stressing you out, girl, you're taking life way too serious. Way too serious. All right. So come back and have some fun with us, and we will finish our look at 3. If you haven't done the challenge yet, make sure you do it. You have until 3 to do this challenge. So get on it. And I'm going to do a drawing. I actually might be prepared to do the drawing at 3. So if I get everybody's name, then we should be able to do it by 3. But I'm here at 10, 11, and 3 every day, except Fridays at 2, but Central Time. So yes, come join our family. Yes, Natasha, come back and play with us. Have some fun, girl. And ask questions. I mean, if I don't see all the questions, there's people on here that are going to answer for me. If there's things you want to see, if you try airbrushing, you're like, Heather, I tried it, and this is what I'm going to show you. Let's talk about it. Let's deal with it. You're going to learn, and it's not going to take long, I promise. More times than not, I always hear like, oh my gosh, what was I afraid of? Like this, it wasn't as difficult as, women, we always make things bigger in our head. We always play out this scenario of, we haven't even opened the airbrush and we're already thinking that our makeup looks like a hot mess and that, oh, it did this and that, and we haven't even opened it yet. So this is a way for you to see what it looks like, see what's going on, see how to use it before you get it, or maybe you have it and you're just waiting to use it. So, all right, guys, I will see you soon. Have a wonderful lunch. Thank you so much for doing the challenge. I hope there's some that are still doing it. You have until 3 Central Time, and I will see you guys soon. Bye for now.